going to say.
It is a bop.
It gets better. It ages
Yeah.
It gets better with time, I think.
Written and produced by me.
Yeah.
I say that. I've said it like 17 times.
Yeah.
That little pop hit right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal. No
That
big
might
deal.
be your future.
Just something I whipped up in my spare time. Welcome to another episode of
Just the Tips.
Just the Tips.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Joanna.
I'm Aaron.
Angel.
Small hands, whatever.
It's never gonna feel normal to
No.
introduce myself to myself.
But you know
and
what?
My partner.
You know, it does feel very normal, Joanna. Hanging out with our guest that we have today, who we've known for such a long time, Adria Rae. It is so nice to
Yeah,
see
it is
you.
so nice to see you.
We collectively and individually love you so much, and I feel like it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. It's been a minute since all three of us
Mm-hmm.
have been together hanging out.
Yeah. Where's the time?
The last
where's
time
the
we
time
all,
gone?
the last time we all really hung out was the babysitter.
I was literally about to say, I was like, I think it was the Babysitter.
Wasn't that right before COVID?
It was.
I feel like that was like right before the world shut down, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
because I had short hair at the time.
Yeah, and your hair is in
It is.
charge now.
Yeah,
oh my
Your
God.
hair is also
glorious,
very
glorious
light.
hair.
Yes. It has
And it
gotten
was
lighter.
used to be dark, and that's something I struggle with or think about a lot. And my hair's been I've been dyeing my hair black for I don't even know so many years, and sometimes I'm like, maybe I should go lighter.
It's tough when you've been on camera for so long and people know you as like a certain way.
Yeah.
And then you kind of change it up and they're like, wait a minute.
I don't even know if I care about that anymore. I care about damaging my hair. I think it might fall out.
Yeah,
it might fall out. So when I see somebody who had dark hair and I see them going lighter, I'm like, wow, you must have really healthy hair.
That's where your brain goes.
That's where my brain goes. And I really admire because I know how,
It is.
It's a journey.
It definitely is. My hair actually gets really light in the summer.
Okay.
So when I go into the sun, it bleaches really naturally. It gets kind of like a
that sun-kissed.
orangey.
Okay, like
okay.
And
Like
so
a
when summer comes
surfer.
around, I got to tell my hair guy, because this is all fake hair, guys.
Is it all? It looks great.
It looks
It is.
phenomenal.
I have to tell
All
him
of
to
it?
put in
Pretty
good amount of it. It's pretty long.
It looks healthy.
Yeah.
That's a well-maintained weave.
Well, let's let's flash back a minute
Yeah.
You want
because
to flash back?
because I want to talk about the babysitter. A lot of people don't know about this, so rewind the world a little bit. COVID hasn't happened yet. Things are different.
Porn world is like a
Porn
beautiful place.
porn is just doing its thing. We're all in it.
Yeah.
People
And
had to like go
go to set,
go to work.
yeah, and interact with like crew and
OnlyFans.
yeah.
People
Was it-
shot on real cameras, big ones,
Yeah.
very, very large
Yeah.
cameras.
girthy cameras, yeah.
Lights. There were big lights.
Yeah,
lighting crews.
you had to know guys that knew lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It
So-
was,
So we used to have this series called Babysitter Auditions, and it is to date, I think, the favorite thing, Joanna, me and you have like done. It's a series where in every movie we are looking to hire a babysitter, but we don't have a kid, and then we end up fucking the babysitter.
Yeah.
And you were a part of one of those, and it was
so funny.
I think there was you massaged us, you put cucumbers on
Yep.
our eyes, oil. Yeah, it was
Oh
a
yeah,
full
it was
spa
like
day.
a test to see if the babysitter could.
Manage a spa. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't really know what we were
I
thinking.
remember. It always said that it's really stressful to be a parent.
Oh,
And so-
That's
And
right.
so we wanted to know what she
could do to de-stress us.
Yeah, I always remember trying to come up with.
That was good.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was fun.
That's
it was a
that's
fun
the kind of
series.
thought-provoking intellectual porn we were making back in 2018.
Honestly, it was so
2018 or
funny
whatever.
though. Like all the stuff you guys were coming up with right around that time was so funny. Even like the metal massage that you were doing with Owen and whatnot,
the
and
old
like
days,
all
yeah.
the little series you guys
It's
were
like
coming up with.
We
were
ware
so
making
creative.
like TikToks before TikTok was
100%.
invented.
Kinda, yeah.
You know? And now I should really. You're making me feel guilty. I need to, because I'm always like, I should just write little skits again, but like put them on TikTok. Like I was doing this before.
Joanna, there are
And now that-
babysitters out there that need jobs.
There's
we
tons.
need to
and,
get this
and you
shit
left the
rocking.
market
Yeah.
open.
I know. I left exactly.
There's thousands of girls
This
jobless.
sounds
Yeah.
exact.
Tragic. This
Or
is
tragic. Not so much anymore. Everybody.
Yeah, I know. Those girls are all on
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
yeah,
now.
they're just babysitting their OnlyFans
it's,
members.
It's true. No, those were fun times. It was my anti-porn. You know, it was like my way of.
That was like when we just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're just going to make shit that we like and we think
It was
is funny.
so fun. Even the wedding you guys did, the one like
Which one?
hilarious.
Oh,
like, or was it a funeral?
It was a funeral.
No.
I was like, wait a minute.
I was like,
no,
wait
it
a
was like
second.
you
No,
guys
it
were
was
all
a-
lined up in rows. That's why I
Basically
thought
the
it was.
same
Yeah, we
thing.
did a
Yes, it was
funeral. Yeah, we did a funeral.
Yeah.
And,
Good times.
Yeah.
Do
I
you?
love, that was fun. They were good times.
What do you miss anything about that era, Adria? Because it's different now.
I miss.
Yeah, what is it like? I'm not.
I
in,
miss the camaraderie that was in that era.
Like the gang,
Yeah,
kinda.
it just felt smaller. It felt like a
I mean, it was smaller.
Yeah, it was just a way smaller community, and it felt more.
Well, it was a community.
Yeah, like it was actually a community that you could be a part of. You would go to things, you would see the same people. You actually were able to build like longer lasting relationships. Whereas now it feels so quick and superficial, and like the interactions that I have with newer people don't seem to last as long as the ones that I've
Well,
made.
you might not even see them because you're not you know
Right.
unless you actually make plans to
Right.
meet up at each other's houses or
Yes.
you know what I mean,
Or
like
shoot or
you're
something, right.
you might not cross paths, you
Yeah.
know, and sometimes that happens unless you wind up on each other's algorithms, literally.
Exactly.
You might not ever meet each other, whereas opposed to before you would.
There's also kind of like
I feel
a
like
weird...
you kind of experienced the end of that.
I did.
You
I
know?
was right at the end.
You were
of
right
it,
at the end,
right
yeah.
before COVID.
I mean, me and you got in around the same time, I feel like. What year
Correct.
did you start?
2000. Holy shit. 15.
Yeah, I was like 14.
So crazy.
So we
I was thinking
based,
about that today. I'm like, you're like an old school porn person, and I'm still thinking you're like a new person.
It's funny when I went on set recently.
Oh, so you
I
still do
was-
shoot for
I
studios
do.
and stuff.
I was around another performer's husband, Jennifer White's husband. He was on set, and we were chatting, and he was like, "I remember you when you were the teen." He's like, "It's so crazy, like seeing you now."
hell, I
as-
remember
Yeah.
fucking you when you were the teen. I mean, you were actually my first, I think my first boy girl. It was me, you,
Okay,
and Xander.
Xander.
Like it was a pool thing.
that disgusting turquoise house.
and I remember that day really well because again it was my first boy girl scene and I was like pretty very nervous. Not
Okay.
pretty nervous. I was like very nervous. And I didn't know you at all. And I remember I met you. You were like taking your photos outside by the pool and you were so fucking nice. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, we're going to be okay. And obviously Xander, I love
Yeah,
Xander.
Xander's
so
a great
I was
time,
like,
too.
I got Xander. Adria's the fucking sweetheart. Let's fuck.
Yeah, no, that was a great scene too. That was one of my first times. I think that was my first boy girl ever.
Oh, it was
In the
first for both of us.
Everybody's.
It was, well, not for Xander.
Yeah, no, Xander's like, I've been here since smoking a cig.
But I always remembered that because I came home and I was like, I think I can do like boy girl scenes. Like, because I was like, I don't know if I can even. I'd never like whipped my dick out with another guy.
Yeah,
you know, like it
it's
just
tough.
wasn't anything that I had done in life really. And then after that, I was like, okay, I think we got this. Yeah.
Walk in the park.
It's a dream team right there.
And
that's so sweet.
Yeah, and now I've made a career out of boy girl with Owen Gray.
Right now, everyone's like, give us more.
now it's the thing.
You
Now
unlocked the Pandora's box.
I don't
Now
even
you
get.
became one.
I'm not.
You have become.
I get now. I don't even get girls who like hit me up and want to like, oh, like small hands. I want to shoot with you. It's they want to shoot with us.
And
We
small
are a unit. Yeah.
You guys have created a
Yeah.
symbiotic relationship.
No, we are one. Me and Owen are one. And
It used to be
I love
everyone wanted to shoot with us.
It's true. Oh,
How does this make you
Joanna,
feel,
are you feeling a little like
Honestly,
pushed out?
No.
Be honest.
No.
Be honest.
No. I think it's okay.
I think it's okay.
You know why it's okay?
I don't.
Because
It's okay.
because there are plenty of humans, mostly women, who want nothing to do with me. And
Yeah,
want
exactly.
everything
So
to
I
do with
feel like now
Joanna.
it's either a
So-
girl is like, I want Aaron and Owen, or I want Joanna.
Joanna.
So
Yeah,
I
so-
actually feel like
So
I'm getting more
actually,
quality.
I'm the one nobody wants
Yeah.
alone.
I'm getting more
man.
quality.
Oh, no.
Poor me.
Yeah, poor you.
He's
That's
getting
really
the
what
Robin
everybody's
Hood
saying.
or
Yeah.
the Robin treatment.
But
Yeah.
so it's like I get to stand. I stand on my own. You're
You're a strong,
I'm getting-
independent
Yeah,
woman.
she's become a stronger independent woman since.
Well, you
And I am.
you're in a codependent situation.
I am a needy, codependent man
Oh no.
who needs another man to have sex with women.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys ever need a woman.
Heyo.
Okay, you know what? It's so funny. I feel like this would get back to me oddly all the time, like every once in a while. People would just randomly tell me how much you liked it in the butt.
Oh yeah.
Like it would,
Wait,
for some reason, it just became, I don't even know. It would be like, I think there was a guy I was shooting with, like a few years ago. It was a collab. I don't know. It was a guy I was shooting with.
Adria
And he was like,
anal.
yeah, he was like, oh yeah, crazy doing anal with you today. I'm shooting with Adria tomorrow, so of course she's going to want to do anal. And like, I just feel like I've heard this a few times. Like we've like, yeah, I feel like there's been a few guys I've shot with where you're shooting with them like right after, or right before.
You said,
and it just always gets said to me, and I'm like, you know what? I never knew her as that girl. I guess I
was never labeled as.
Yeah,
But
you were
you
not
were.
labeled as
I
that.
was,
And
but I
think-
wasn't. It's just
well,
like
having,
No, you weren't. You weren't. I mean, to me, I just like you had like that good girl look.
of course, like
So,
innocent.
yeah.
like,
So
she's
and-
not going to do too much.
Exactly,
too
and I
crazy.
never had
but
that.
little
look,
did they
you know. So
well, and I also think one
it's
thing
like
that
I started to believe the stereotype, believe the marketing that was coming
propaganda.
towards me. You know, every ad I'd see of you, or
It's
like
good girl propaganda.
Exactly.
I think part of it too is you, and I fucking love this. You smile when you fuck.
Oh, the whole
even
time.
if it's nasty, you're
Oh, do
smiling.
you?
I do.
And
That's really cute.
It's like,
It is.
I
like
can see that.
even in my dread scene, I'm
Yeah.
doing like a dread anal
It's-
scene, and I was like,
Yeah,
But who
and it's
wouldn't
like
smile?
so. I think like that cute factor. A lot of times, like people get blinded to the fact that you're taking like a 15-inch dick in the ass.
Like, she's so
you know,
adorable and innocent.
right? And like I think that's like such a cool like. It's almost like you have like this like superpower. You're
For
like
sure.
you're like, huh, did you forget about this? You know?
I did. I had to kind of remind people recently. I did a really big thread on Twitter, which was when I
that
realized
was
that
like- yeah.
we had never shot an anal scene together.
Oh, I guess we haven't.
And I've basically shot an anal scene with almost every male porn star.
He's
Well, if you've had dread, you won't even feel me in your ass.
And
I'm so vanilla. You like never put it in anyone's butt. It's so rare.
he's like,
You never put it in anyone's
Don't make
butt.
this about
Unless
me right now.
he's like blushing.
Somebody
He's like,
has
whoa,
to
I'll
like
put it in your
put a
butt
gun.
tonight.
Somebody has to like put a gun to your head.
Fine. You want me
You
to be
know,
on? If you want me to be honest,
You know,
keeping
and I
it-
don't know. I can't. I don't want to say
keeping
you know.
it
Yeah.
all the way real. I am kind of vanilla.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm into just like sex, like good sex.
Right.
I'm not into toys. I'm not into food. I'm not into latex. I'm not into like kinks really. I just
Right.
want to fuck and I want to connect. That's like all I care about. And like if the asshole is involved, cool. But
Yeah,
I
right.
also don't like care.
You're not going for it.
Yeah, it's not like my MO unless it's your MO.
There are a lot of guys where it is their MO. You can
But
tell.
you know what? Most of those guys,
Are
from what
European.
unless something changed,
They're
are
European.
European.
Yeah, 100%.
And like, because
No,
so
it
I
is.
found I worked like most of my career, you know, because I was always doing it. Like, I always worked with the European guys, and it was always like they loved anal.
That is like
they,
their-
yeah,
They
and
wanna
you
live
could
in your
tell.
asshole.
Yeah, I think one of the only guys that liked anal like a European is Dredd. Dredd
He
loves
does
anal.
love
He
anal.
does. He loves anal.
He's
yeah.
such a nice guy, though.
He
too.
is. Dredd is the nicest guy. I would love to have Dredd on something.
You guys
We've
should. We
We've had
should.
Girthmaster. We have to
I
have
know.
Dredd,
Yeah,
the OG.
Dredd
We
is
need-
seriously such
we
a
need all the
We
big
need all the
We have a round table. and then just invite me as like a
Mandingo,
special guest.
Bring like Lexington. Bring
You
all the old
can like
school.
hold up scorecards.
Yeah, 100%. I would just be
Have
giving
they
them
all
all
been in your
tens.
ass? Have you had all? Have you had Girthmaster?
I haven't had Girthmaster in my
Oh.
ass. We've
I'm so
talked about
sorry.
it before, so
Yeah,
it might
you
be
have
in
to
the
do it.
future. We've only
Girth.
collabed twice together.
Okay.
So
Oh, and he wasn't in your butt.
no. But we're
Save
also
something,
still
save
trying to like
something.
get that chemistry going where I'm like feel comfortable with him putting it in my butt,
Fair.
you know? Usually when I first collab with somebody, I'm not gonna be like, let's do anal. Because
Right,
I'm like,
right.
are you an idiot? Like, I don't know.
you gotta earn that privilege.
Yeah, but now after I've met him and collabed with him twice, he's so sweet.
He's like the nicest person.
super like considerate. I would
Yeah.
totally do it with
I was
him.
like, if not the first, one of the
You were
first.
the first American. you
Yeah,
said.
I was the first American. If it was
And
one of
you
the
were the first porn
It
star,
was
too,
yeah,
like
yeah,
porn star.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that he shot with. He still had his IT job when I shot with him. So I really want to shoot with him again. Yeah, and I actually I'm not taking credit.
Joanna,
But I think
did
look,
you
there were so
Girthmaster?
many girls that like because I posted a photo that I shot with him, and then a lot of girls were messaging me, and they were like, "Oh, that guy had hit me up. How you know what I mean? I vouched for him. I think for his first trip. I mean, he didn't need any vouching after that. And I do remember, I still have the tech. I texted you after he left, and I was like, I just met the nicest guy with the biggest dick in the whole world. Like, I just feel happier knowing him.
I know.
Like,
he is a super cool
And
dude.
I took a gamble. You know, it was one of the few people that he had hit me up. He just lived, a guy from Australia with a big dick. And I'm like, oh, look, who's this guy? Calls himself a girth master.
Say less.
Who does he think he is,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm like, all right, dude. And then I was like, oh, I guess you really are.
I guess you are the
He's
master.
pretty girthy. But he was kind of nervous, you know, at the time. And look, he did a great job. Then yes, I did put it in my butt. But
As you are.
but I
one
would like
do.
to have another round, is what I'm saying, because I feel like now I want the fully like you know, graduated from college.
I think he's definitely like, from shooting with him the first time to now, like it's cool to see him kind of transition from that like normal dude
The
to
glow up.
like he's like super suave now. He's got like his fresh white tee and like his little chain and like I'm
he's
like
a real rock star now.
yeah.
But
I was like,
but like his attitude hasn't, like, he's not pompous or full of himself.
super humble.
Yo,
It's just
with
all
a dick
pay
like
respect
that, you don't
to-
need to be.
It's true. He has
Every guy I've ever met with like a huge dick.
Just a really
I don't
nice
mean
guy.
like I have like
no. It's,
I have
it
like
is literal
an
big
okay
dick energy.
but
It's
like a
thing.
huge dick. What the fuck do they have
Well,
to
I
be like
remember.
all like they don't got to
Upset
prove
about
nothing. They
not
know.
necessarily.
I
They
always
know.
remembered Mandingo and like Sings and Steel, you
All
know,
those
the OG
Yep.
giant dick guys. Well, I'm
Giant dick guys.
They were, I just remember the first time I met Mandingo, and he's just so quiet. On set, he was so quiet. He like barely talked. You know what I mean? Just a very calm, you know,
J-Mac's
same
like
with,
that too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Just a big teddy bear.
They carry themselves a
Yeah.
certain
They're like the
way.
BFGs.
But
Anyway,
I digress. Enough
yeah.
about all of our
dicks.
big
Okay,
dick
but you like
homeboys.
it in the butt.
Yeah.
Love
That's what
it.
you like it in the butt. Do you do a lot of anal, like personal life?
I do a lot more now. Like when I first got into the industry, anal like freaked the hell out of me. I had a really bad experience with anal when I was like younger with my boyfriend. Like we were trying and I was like, this is terrible. I'm never doing it again. And then I got into porn, started doing it more, and I was like, oh, okay. Like I think I can get down with this. Then I started doing it way more in my personal life, and then
It's like you unleash. It's like something unlocks.
It
in
does.
you.
It's like
you have a superpower or something that like is
100%.
unlocked, and you're like, oh,
it is a horny superpower.
yeah.
It really is. I feel that, like, I totally felt that way when I shot with Dredd recently because we weren't going to do an anal scene. And he just kind of popped it on me when I got there. He was like, what do you think about maybe? And I was like, I didn't really like prepare for this.
Really?
Not at all. And he was like,
Okay,
okay, well, we can try. And I was like, I'll try it. And then it worked. And I was like, I should put a cape on and fly out of here right now.
Yep. Did you?
Love it.
I mean, I have said it before. I have an easier. Like I don't think Dredd knows I have a vagina. Like I
don't think he knows.
He
Are
hasn't
you one of
discovered
those
it.
girls
Hasn't
that
gone
like
in
you
there.
can put more in your ass than your pussy?
Yeah, so I didn't know if you were one. Yeah, always. It's always been
Yeah.
that way. I don't know. I didn't do anything to make that happen.
You were just blessed.
You too, Brian? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying speak up.
Oh. I can put more. I'm joking. Okay. I was just being funny. I can put more in my butt than in my pussy.
Yeah.
Is that the right volume?
That's the appropriate volume for this. Okay. There's been a lot in your life since
Yeah,
babysitter auditions to now.
Or even before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's talk. What I want to hear about actually is the golfing stuff.
Oh, 100%.
I actually would love to hear. Is that okay? Can we hear about that? Because I'm very
yeah.
fascinated by that.
I'm a big fan of your golf
And
content.
we've heard a
and
lot
I'm
of
not and
people's,
I'm not a golfer. So
And we've heard a lot of people's porno stories, and everybody's different, but a lot of the stories are a little similar. But nobody, I don't know any other porn star who has loves to golf or like loves it as much as you. And you're like very much. I knew how deep you were into it because we have a friend, one of Aaron's good friends. That's my friend too. He is very into golf, and I remember him specifically talking about how you were his favorite porn star
Because
you
of
love
golf.
golf.
And-
I didn't know you had a whole other golf
yeah. My alter
social
page.
media. So yeah, this is something I was actually
I
fascinated
bet all
by.
the pro golfer guys are like obsessed with you.
I didn't really start leaning into the golf thing until
and I
recently.
apologize if if this is a secret life you don't talk about on your
nobody
porn.
talk about
I didn't know
my
if you're Adria. I didn't know if this persona talked, but I didn't know
Adria
about
golfs
it.
as well.
Adria, okay. I didn't know. I was like, oh no, did I invent the
Yeah, so where did that start?
Yeah, say, how did that start?
So it's actually a really funny story. When I was a little kid, I was like 11, 12. I was getting right into like shithead years. We were at the mall and I was with a couple of kids and they were outside and they had some weed. And I was like, can I get some weed from you guys? Like, I want to try it. They sold me fake weed.
Of course.
They showed me oregano.
Oh my God.
I go into the mall.
Real fake weed.
Yeah. Like I go into the mall with my girlfriends and we're walking around and we walk through JCPenney.
Okay.
And one of my girlfriends
Just
ended
high
up
on oregano. Just
high on
rip
oregano
shit
and
high.
life.
Putting it on
Living on a
pasta, you know,
And
ready to make a salad.
we walked through JCPenney and my girlfriend, like an idiot, like snatched a necklace and threw it in her bag. So when we walked out, we got caught by the floor walkers and they brought us back and they start searching all of us and they find my fake bag of oregano weed.
Okay.
And they're like, this is weed, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're going to charge you as a minor in possession, all this shit. So my parents have to come and pick me up from like the juvenile detention center.
Oh my God.
It's like a whole thing. I'm like 12. I'm like crying my eyes out. Like, my life is over. I'm going to jail. Like, I don't know how any of this works.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to scare you.
100%.
Yeah.
And so what ended up happening was I got put on probation for 3 months. I had to come in and get drug tested and meet with
Oh wow.
a probation
All
officer.
for fake weed.
Yeah.
Wow.
To really just drive it home of like, don't ever do this again.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm so curious how this leads to golf.
I know. So my dad at the time, my dad was a really strict hard ass. Like
Okay.
he grounded me for the whole month or whole summer because of this. Took my phone away, my computer, everything. He's also a huge golfer. And so he would go
you
to
had
the
a phone and a computer when you were younger.
Joanna, that's the generation.
Yeah, I'm like,
She's like, what?
We're old. We're old.
Wow.
Continue.
So during the summer, he would go to the golf course, and the only thing I was allowed to do to leave the house was go with him to the fucking golf course.
Okay.
And after a little bit, I noticed how excited he would get whenever I would like do well. And I like immediately was like, "Oh, this is my ticket out of being grounded. This is the money right here." So I started.
okay, so you would actually play it. You wouldn't just go with him and sit on the
like,
cart.
because I was bored. I was like, "Can I hit something? Like, can I do
Right.
something?" Like, I'm 12. I'm like hyperactive. I'm like, "Come on!" Like,
Yeah.
and so I start playing and I start getting better and better. My dad's getting super stoked on it. He's loving it. He's all involved, bringing me to
beautiful.
stuff. We start bonding.
Oh, that's really cute.
Like
Yeah.
we start to build a better relationship. I go into my freshman year and I was like, Dad, I'm going to try out for the golf team. And he's like, I think it's a great idea. I made varsity my freshman year. And he was
Wow.
like, oh my gosh. And then from then on, I could like literally get away with murder. Like as long as I was on the golf
Brilliant.
team
Right.
Brilliant.
and playing.
I got into porn, but I still play golf.
100%. And actually,
I love it.
it's so funny because I just recently did a golf game show for OnlyFans
Yeah,
TV.
I saw that.
Oh,
And
that's so awesome.
I got to compete and actually win a cash prize.
Oh, so it was like a
For
tournament?
golfing.
Yeah.
Like for actual golfing.
Yeah, for
That's
actual
so cool.
golfing. And it was really, really cool. And so I texted my dad and I was like, here I am making money playing golf as a porn star. Pretty crazy. Like,
I love that. So
Wow.
is he now like, he thinks this shit's cool? Not the porn,
of
but,
course,
you know,
yeah.
But he's like stoked on you and your life. And
So you
Yeah, no.
continued to keep this as a hobby, you know?
yeah, I
And-
played
and-
all through high school. And then obviously I didn't go to college because I went to porn college instead.
Right. I
And
didn't know
so
if maybe you.
I just played, recreationally on the side.
But
ever
it's cool
since then.
because you can tell, I think you can tell, again, I'm not a fucking golfer, but like you don't seem like a girl who's like cosplaying on the golf course. You're like,
Yeah, you can tell when a girl
your
is doing
form
it.
looks good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
You can tell when it's like a.
and like, I think that's really cool because it's something that is authentic to the real you and it's interesting. And it's, I mean, you look fucking hot out there. You know what you're doing. Like, you know, and it's a way to like engage people that's not directly
Of
the
course.
porn, which is what I think all of us in the industry are always trying to search for things. It's like the porn is there. It is there. It's not going anywhere. It exists. It's fucking bigger, larger than life. How do we get everyone to look at all this other cool shit we're doing? And I think
Yeah.
that's such a brilliant way to like merge the world. So
Well, you want to like
good for you,
find
Adria.
people with common interests, right? Because when they fall in love with you as a person, like watching your porn is like hotter,
yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Yes.
you know, because they're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I know her, like I know everything about her, or you know, they relate on something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the girl that likes golf.
Yeah.
It's like the same way, like I'll go live on my OnlyFans and I'll DJ for like 2 hours just for those fans, and I'll like take my shirt off, you know, whatever the fuck.
Of course.
But it's not sex. It's still very much music based, and you know, not everyone gives a shit, but the people who do, they really like
love
my
it.
porn, and they
Yeah.
like the porn more. They like everything more. It's like, give me all of you. So I think it's so cool to be able now in this new version of the porn world to be able to like inject your personality so much more into everything and have it be received well. And I think that's like such a fucking awesome thing.
I did a cooking show live on OnlyFans. I've been doing a lot of.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have
Good
to,
stuff,
I'm
yeah.
doing that when I get back.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
made,
you're doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine.
It's
you
stressful.
yeah. Well, in addition to that, like on just my OnlyFans page.
no way.
I did like because at first I was always doing live shows where I was, you know, squirting and masturbating,
You know,
stretching my
the
butt
classics,
open and stuff.
the
You know,
classics.
yeah. And then people are like, I want you to go live more, and I'm like, I don't know how to explain to you guys. Like, I can't do that all the time. It's like
Our
this
house would
thing that
be
you
a mess.
see,
Yeah.
or just it's not something physically I can do.
Of course,
all the time.
It's-
You know, the scenes you guys know me from in the DVD days, like those were the scenes you prepared for and you did every once in a while. If I'm going live every week, I can't do that every
Super
single
tough.
week. Not at my age.
Even the streaming, like I got into like the Twitch streaming a little bit, but it's like they want you to be streaming all the time.
You have to make it
yeah.
your thing then, and now you're that.
But yeah, so now I've just been going live. Like I'll still do my dirty show at least once a month. But like I've been cooking on there. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna cook dinner on there.
Look at us
I
go.
made,
Change it up.
yeah.
Look at us all just
I
doing
made
things
pizza
we like.
crust out of cottage cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
It
impressive.
is. It kept coming up on my algorithm. Whatever.
So
Anyway, but so golfing. Going back to it, I'm just thinking of like, you know, because you've kept this hobby going throughout your porn career and now, so as I imagine, there's not a ton of other girls in the industry playing golf. Like who? Were you playing at like a country club with like other old dudes? Like who, I'm trying to like imagine you're like
who are
okay,
you playing with?
you know, this weekend. Yeah, who are you playing golf with? You know,
Sometimes,
and were you leading like a double life? Like, did people there know? Did they not? You know, that's what I kind of want to know.
sometimes it would depend. Like usually I would go with like boyfriends or whoever I was dating. I usually end up dating a guy who golfs. It's pretty typical for me.
Did you ever meet anyone
standard.
at the golf course?
No, I haven't met anyone at the golf course, but my
missing
girlfriend
out.
Gina has been hounding me recently because I've been single now for about 2 years, and she's like, just go to the fucking golf course
You're
and
like,
just sit there.
just point at
She's
anywhere.
like, and just
Seriously.
fucking sit there, and I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm the type of bitch. I'll go to the golf course and I'll buy out the other 3 slots so I can play alone.
yeah.
And she's like, you're actively
Because you take it
choosing-
seriously.
Exactly.
No, I bet golfers probably usually don't date other golfers. It's like band guys. You never see. It's so rare they're
It
dating
is.
like a girl. You know what I mean? Band guys
another
like to
singer
date
or-
someone who's
Right.
going to sit and on the side of the stage and watch them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not another person that's on stage.
yep.
So I don't know. It's like I
It
can't imagine.
depends.
You know?
Like, I
just
usually-
only remember one golfer. In the,
It's only tough if he's like significantly worse than me. Then it makes a weird
I'd
dynamic.
imagine that would be difficult.
Because then I'm like constantly like, oh, it's okay, sweetie. Like he's just like playing Plinko in the trees, and I'm like, oh, it's all right. Like,
has that happened?
Oh yeah, I went.
I'm sure.
I went on a date recently with a guy. Bless his heart. And
Whenever it starts with bless his heart, you know it's not
he
going to be
was
great.
he was really nice, and like he had on his like because I was on Hinge recently. I was like, I'm gonna try out the Hinge thing, and he had on his profile that he was a golfer. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's do a little golf date to meet. Like, it's public. You know, we can spend like a considerable amount of time together, kind of getting to know each other. Also, a great thing about golf is you can see if people are liars or not, which is cool. It's like a good integrity
Yeah.
game to kind of test if a guy is a piece of shit or not. Or if he's
I
good
never
at
thought of that, but yeah.
controlling his like emotions too, because
It's a game of focus and sort of like
and it
restraint. Yeah.
pisses you off. Oh God, it pisses you off. And if you can stay calm during that, it's like a huge indicator that you're just a chill
It's like
dude.
saying if someone has road rage or something,
Or is an asshole to the waiter,
Yeah.
or like, you know, just those kinds of things to feel.
You really
litmus
cracked the
test.
code on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on about this.
So I
the
go-
loser.
I go with him and like we go to tee off and like he just shanks it like directly into the woods, and I was like, oh, like it's okay, it's the first tee. And then I go up to, you know, my thing and I hit it down there, and I was like, why don't you just drop next to my ball so we don't have to go hunting in the woods for it? And he was like, cool. So we drop and then he shanks it into the woods again, and I was just like, do you play?
Okay, what is shank?
Like you-
what, is that a golf term?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Like you would know. You were
look
nodding
at
your
Adria
head.
for golf
I thought
advice.
maybe you know. Well, I was looking at you like, do you know what that means? Like,
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
mean-
So it basically means you missed.
Yeah.
Like
You
you
missed,
missed.
okay.
You hit the ball, but it didn't go straight. It either went dead right or dead left.
okay.
So
Like think of in bowling,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
gutter,
Yeah.
a gutter ball.
Okay.
that's a great way to
Got
explain
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, do you even play? And he was like, yeah. You know, back in high school, like I used to play a lot. but
Like
it's
he
just
played
been
once. Like
He
he,
lied.
100%.
So why did he say?
So we got through like 3 or 4 holes, and then like I kind of like realized that like this
This
guy's
was
like
just-
full
and you're
of
and you're
shit.
killing it.
I'm killing it. which is worse
That's
because
so
when
hot.
people play bad, I play better, which is a really bad habit of mine. But if I see other people playing shitty for some reason, I don't worry as much, and then I end up playing
Right.
better because of it.
Man.
And so I was playing great. I was like shooting lights out, and then we got to hole 5, and I was like, hey, why don't we let's just go back to the clubhouse. Let's just go back to the bar. Like, we'll have a couple drinks. Like,
Did he have on like pro golf?
oh, he was
Like,
dressed to the nine.
I just
like
knew
he
it.
came in.
I knew it.
Like,
Yeah, like
everything. And I was like,
Yeah.
cool. Like this guy, he golfs. He does the thing. And
cosplayer.
this is a great. I love
Cosplayer.
this.
For
I
sure.
love this movie that it's playing in my
luckily
head.
for him, we had really great conversation. He was a really cool dude. I ended up sucking his dick in the parking lot.
Oh.
And yeah.
So okay.
And he did tell me later, he's like, yeah, I told my friends that you embarrassed the hell out of me in golf and then sucked my dick in the parking lot.
That's amazing.
You know what? That's probably the best day of his life.
Getting humiliated. And then
like getting
Like he didn't even know how to feel on the
Yeah,
way
no,
home.
like
he was like, what just happened? Like, did she just fuck me? Like,
yeah, but he's like horny, demasculated, excited, confused,
happy, but
Yeah. You just like fucked his whole world.
I did. I totally
Man.
rewired his brain.
Wow, he's never going to be the same. That's amazing. Did you go on another date? After
I
that?
didn't because I ended up finding out that he was a police officer
Oh,
Yeah.
and he didn't tell me. And I
That's
was
so-
That's
like,
actually
even worse.
You know what though? That's so cop of him. Sorry, fuck it. That's such a
so
It's a very
he
big
lied
cop about being able to golf.
He said he was a golfer,
Yeah.
Which
and
is
wasn't
not.
really a golfer, and just left out.
and he said he wasn't a cop, but he left
Or
that part
he
out.
did leave. He
Kind
was
of
like,
a-
I was in the military.
That's like a very big thing to leave.
Sketch.
Yeah, and then
Sketchy.
what I thought was weird is I was very honest about being a porn star. We get judged for our
so
jobs
funny
all the
that the
time.
porn star is honest and the
But then he told me, I
That
was like,
tracks.
oh no, I can't date that. Absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
here I am
so-
feeling like a hypocrite because I'm like, you should never judge people for their jobs. He's like, I'm a cop, and I'm like, ooh.
You're like shit.
That's so funny. This
Yeah.
is a very funny
Well,
story.
to all the cops out there, I guess if you pretend to play golf, you might get your dick
Okay,
sucked
yeah.
by a porn star.
Yeah, right.
You honestly might. He didn't look like one though. He like seemed.
He was a good cosplayer. He was in full disguise.
He was. He had a
Full
full
disguise.
arm sleeve and a full leg sleeve, and he was all tatted up. So I was like, oh, he's just a cool, like tatted up
I
guy.
feel like cops are usually it's such a big part of their life.
It's
so
a fine
crazy
line.
they
You're
would,
either tatted
know?
because you're cool, or you're tatted because you're conservative. It's
No, I know it's very
fine
different
line.
now.
It's
It
a very-
used to be like that. You know, it's different now.
It's
you know.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's like, are you American Eagle tatted,
There's someone-
or are you like
someone-
rock and roll tatted?
Someone told me the other day, like they're like the way you look. If you don't know you, Aaron, you're either the biggest piece of shit, like awful man on the planet, or you're the other way.
You're the total nicest guy.
But without knowing you, we can't tell.
We don't know.
And I was like, you know what? I'll take that. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all right with that. keep them confused a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes if you're too approachable, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I always like break the fantasy when I start talking, and then everyone realizes I'm kind of a fucking dork. And then, yeah, they're like, oh, he's just like a nerdy.
That happened to me
guy, a nerdy, silly guy.
I remember it was very, very early on in my my porn career. Remember, it was actually one of my first trips to Los Angeles, and I guess I had, this was before social media and stuff like that, so people only knew me from images. I don't know, and I guess this like image was out there of like Joanna Angel, like such a badass. And I just remember I was on set for a company. It's definitely not a company anymore. It's been a very long time since they've been a company, and I just remember. He was shooting me, and he was this like kind of like heavy metal like goth guy, and I don't know. He was like, he just like stopped. He was taking pictures. He's like, "You're such a nerd." He's like, "I was so nervous to meet you." I was like, "Shit."
I don't think people would believe that a lot of the porn stars have the personality that they do.
Right.
Like once you meet them in real life, like you realize we're all kind of pretty nerdy. Like we all come off really sexy and cool.
There's something very like humbling about the things we've done.
Even on my Hinge profile, like I put my hobbies. I was like golf and video games. They're like, you're fake.
Yeah.
They're like, there's no way.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
right. That's
you're
so hot.
absolutely a catfish.
Right.
Okay, speaking of having a Hinge page, so I was
have a
only
Hinge
on.
page?
No, I yes. Side note, no. I said speaking of you having a Hinge page.
Yes.
So I was on a dating site just once. I actually
Recently?
no, it's been a while. It was before. I think I actually took it down when I met you. I think. No, I got kicked off. This is what happened. That's why I
usually the
wanted to bring it up.
story.
Yeah. It was that old one. What was it? It was
Tinder?
OK Cupid.
Oh.
Remember? It was around for
That was
you
a
were-
website.
You never
Yo,
needed it.
how old
Okay.
do you want to go back?
I know.
I go back to makeoutclub.com.
Okay, but that wasn't a dating
I
site.
go back to
It wasn't really a dating.
rockabillydating.com.
Oh, okay.
I was on
It was a
rockabillydating.com.
.com. That's how
when
long
when I was like 17 and a little greaser kid. I was on rockabillydating.com.
So I did have a profile on there, and this was like I had already been in porn for a while, and I wanted to meet someone, and I did put on the page. It was like for occupation. I said I'm a teacher, and I put like a picture of me because I was
a teacher.
Yeah, it was me and like a teacher because I was trying to find like a conservative picture of me, and all I could find was like
You dressed up in fucking office wear for a
So I was I'm a
like
teacher.
I also do part-time accounting.
Yeah.
It's like you on the
Pretty
desk.
much, yeah. This was way before that accounting joke, came up. But yes, I said I'm a teacher, wink, wink, or something like that. Anyway, and it was a picture of me like on a desk with an apple, like. Anyway,
Holy shit.
and some people really were like, I'm a teacher too. What school do you work at?
Oh, shit.
And other people were like, oh, then I guess people were like, okay, this has to be a fake page. This has to be a
Right.
fake page.
They're
Like you
using
can't really
porn
be
pictures,
exactly. This
like-
isn't you. And this was before. This was even before like
Catfishing
iPhones.
was like a huge
Well,
thing.
it was before like it was like cell phone pictures were like a common thing, So I couldn't be like, no, this is a picture of me right now. Like
You had to take it
was
on
not
your cool pics and then
Yeah.
upload it.
Yeah, there was no videos, there was no FaceTime. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't do that on a phone.
course.
Like to take a video, you'd have to hire a
So did
videographer.
you-
So, and then I actually remember I'd have friends texting me, being like, yo, there's somebody pretending to be you on OkCupid. And I was like, no, I'm looking for a
It's so embarrassing when your friends find your Hinge
yeah,
profile and they're like, I think
it's-
someone's catfishing you, and you're like,
Yeah.
You're like,
oh
no,
yeah, I think they are.
And then I did wind up getting kicked off for impersonating to be someone. And I was like,
Impersonating
I'm
yourself?
looking for a lover. And I wrote a really funny email.
Like,
I
you
was,
guys are adding to the
Yes.
stigma of porn stars not finding their true love.
I remember specifically being alone, a little tipsy on wine in my apartment. And I was like, I'm so lonely. And you just made it much worse. I'm going to have to go to the bar.
Sounds like
And
a
it's all
Sex
your
and the
fault.
City episode.
They never wrote me back. But anyway, I
Sounds like an intro to a porn.
yeah. So have you had any issues?
And then Aaron knocks on the door
Yeah.
with a large
So,
Italian
yeah.
sausage.
Right. Exactly. Saved.
Did you order this?
Pizza for one or two.
Like, what is so hard to understand that I am looking for love like everybody else?
You know what's-
So, but wait, so have you had issues like that being on a dating site? And you're not even, this isn't even Raya.
Yeah.
This is just
a
regular, you know?
I have Raya, but the reason I don't like it is because
Oh, so you're on there.
I got into the club.
Is it exciting?
No.
Okay.
It's all of the people that you
It's
don't want to
douchey, right?
see on there. And
It's
and
exactly
a-
what you would think.
And it's a lot of people that you know, surprisingly.
Every girl that I know that did wind
all
up
of
with
us
someone,
would be like, no.
Any girl that I do know that has gone on Raya dates, it always ends in them like getting involved with some big scammer. You know what I mean? Like everything they say is a lie. Like everything, you know?
Yeah,
It's like they find out a month later, like, oh, he really wasn't this person or this person, you know, so whatever.
I like Hinge. I like normal dudes.
Yeah.
I like
Normal
guys.
dudes, you cosplay as
see
golfers
that,
and
yeah.
lie about being
Yeah,
cops.
no,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. The regular.
It's really not my best pick of the month.
It sounded like it was okay.
No.
It sounded like you had a
was
nice date.
It
And
was a nice date, and I'll give him this. Like, because I've gone through the whole job stigma thing myself, I had a little bit of like
Compassion
for him a little bit, but I still was like, no,
Yeah.
because a liar's a liar.
It's a hard no. It's
Yeah.
a hard no.
Look, no one made him be a cop.
No, they didn't.
But have people like doubted it was you? Have you had issues with
For
the-
sure.
Okay.
I've gotten a lot of doubt. Everybody always thinks I'm a catfish. Typically, if I like FaceTime them or we do end up meeting up, they're always like, oh my God, it's
like
you.
you're
It's actually
and it's so
you."
crazy.
Like,
but then they'll just talk to an actual catfish and give them money, and then
money.
be mad at you. But they
100%. 100%. I've gotten that so many times. Like, I spent $5,000 on a catfish.
and
blah,
then they're
blah,
mad
blah.
at you.
I'm like,
You're
you
like,
could have just asked me.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I've never been on a dating profile.
Really?
That's how old I am. I've never.
Oh, that's how easy you had it.
Well,
getting
other than
laid.
rockabilly dating when I was 17, I've never been on any. I mean, I met Joanna
Yeah, through a friend.
and
Yeah, that's how you used to meet people.
and-
you
It
would
is, yeah.
date.
People don't have friends
well,
anymore.
No, they don't.
and prior to Joanna, I was in a band and I was a bartender, so
It was
It was
easy,
like not
yeah.
a big deal, and I just never did it. And I think it's kind of cool. I'm like gonna live life, never have been on a fucking dating app,
Hell yeah.
and I'm cool with that. I think that's cool.
Somebody did say on the Subway Takes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was on. I was on Subway Takes, the Instagram page. Somebody had a take, and it was like Instagram is actually a dating app.
100%.
Yeah, 100. Yeah,
110%.
Strongly. Yeah,
It's also-
it's
it's-
like every day
I've
you're
gotten
adding
so much
yeah.
dick off of Instagram. It's not
Right.
even.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, that's where I
mean,
I
it's-
went when I got kicked off.
It's also
the
like
dating site. I'm like, I just gotta go to the DMs.
Gotta slide in. What's
Let me
up,
see
girl?
who's in here. I don't know. Is anyone here?
Clean off the cobwebs of the DM.
Yeah, I went to my Twitter DMs. I was like, see who has a verified profile. It might be.
you racked up a few. I know you did. Joanna got some good ones under her belt.
I was like, wow, these people are following me. Anyway,
You know what else is really funny and like kind of random about the three of us is that era where we lived at like.
we forgot we were.
We all
neighbors.
okay. We all.
Oh, the fucking apartment.
But it
Yeah.
was like the building.
No, it was
We-
the apartment.
So for everyone out there listening, there was an era,
was like Melrose
a year or two.
Place.
Yeah, it was like the Melrose Place of porn. There was an apartment in the valley, apartment complex in the valley where like 20, maybe fucking 30 of us all lived in the same building.
It was insane.
Like for a minute there was like all three of us, Mike Quasar, Katrina Jade,
Yep.
Xander, Jessa Rhodes, Olivia Austin.
Yep.
Who else was there? There was
I'm missing a couple more too.
there were a few more.
There were
that
some
moved in,
younger
yeah.
girls there
Some younger
too
girls that
that
wound
were-
up moving in
yeah,
when I
that
was
were
like,
in
leaving.
my like class.
In
that
the class,
came in.
no. Yeah,
And it was so funny because in the morning, like you'd see us all walking our little dogs in our pajamas, and then like sometimes it'd be like, "Oh, I'll see you at like 2:00, AJ."
Yeah,
like,
yeah, 'cause sometimes we'd be working together.
Like, all right, but we'd be all like just waking up.
The thing that was so fun about that time was like I remember Jessa and Xander would come over to our apartment and we would like all play like Mario Party
Yeah.
together and Mario Kart and stuff like that. And I just remember us all playing these super childish games together and just like a bunch of porn stars. Like you would
mean-
never think that like that's what we're doing on a Saturday night is like crammed in
Right.
some apartment like
I think my favorite thing about the building was the gym. Certain people I felt bad for, and then certain people you should have paid us to hang out there. Like
100%.
you know, you'd go to the apartment gym which was small. It was nice, but small. And there'd be like 7 very well-known porn stars looking very good, working out. And then you'd see like a mom, a regular
like a nice
mom,
regular,
just looking so mad. Or you'd see like an old dude, like just magically, he's like not working out. He's just looking at all
There was
of
a random old dude that was always
Yeah.
there. I actually remember I had to complain. And I was like, this is kind of weird.
Yep.
He was always like,
He would hang out around the pool too.
Yes,
Yeah.
always. And in the dog park.
I mean, could you
and
blame
at some point
him?
I was
Could you
like,
blame
does he live
He's like,
here?
I swear I know these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I know he's so old.
He probably felt like he was going crazy.
Yeah, he's like, something is like,
Yeah.
they put me on new meds.
Every time I walk down the hall, I see a porn star.
Yeah.
The doctor's
People are
like,
like, yeah, right.
okay, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Or like, it was also, it's like a really funny, like normal memory to me where like, sometimes like Katrina would come over or like, we'd go over to each other's place after work.
Yep.
Be like, how was work? Oh, fucking, what a day. I had to fuck on a fucking back of a pickup truck and I got bit by a mosquito, and we'd all just like talk about our day. It was, and it's like everyone does that. And so do we. And and it was such a weird capsule, like a moment in time of like, we were all just like being very normal in this building and going to work. It was just our work is this work. And like, it's just so, looking back, I'm like, that was insane that
It
we
had
all
like
lived
a friend's
there.
essence to it.
Yeah.
It was,
Kind of
yeah, it
vibe,
was-
like everyone's in the same
And like
building.
certain people were dating sometimes,
Of course.
certain
I
people.
remember
this and
like
that.
shining lasers into Jessa and Xander's apartment. Like
Oh,
our cat
really?
lasers,
'Cause they
were
had the-
directly across
my
from us, and we were on
God.
the top, and we would shine lasers into their apartment all the time to fuck
That's
with
very
them.
wholesome and sweet.
Yeah, like
Those were the days.
That's very sweet. Kind of, I had a funny story about that. About that apartment and how just like porn stars moving in, whatever. We moved out and not even knowing at all. We didn't sublet it to any. I mean, we moved out and we moved out, and another performer moved in. Okay,
To our
which I didn't
exact
know.
apartment,
I had
like-
not
way.
like the same building. Okay, and I had no idea. It's not like something
Right, was
whatever.
planned or anything.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, whatever. I do remember I was at Target in the Valley, and I was frazzled. Whatever. I lost my wallet. Okay, I like left it in a shopping cart. I was like unloading all my groceries or
Oh, I
whatever.
remember this.
And then like I got back, I was like, "Where's my wallet? Where's my wallet?" Went back. Whatever. Anyway, my wallet was gone. It had like everything, and I actually remember I was flying the next day or like a few days later, whatever. It was, IDs, social security, everything was in that wallet. Like everything, your whole life was in that wallet, and I was like, oh no, I couldn't focus, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, whatever. And I'm like in the process of trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Then randomly I get a call from Ramon, the performer. And he's like, hey, Joanna, your wallet is like left
At
on
my
my
house?
doorstep. Yeah.
Had your old address.
At my and he's
Shut
like
the fuck up.
I'm
What are the
here
odds?
And he lives in
he's
that
like I
apartment
came
now.
home and your wallet's here, and he's like, and he was like, did you maybe like, he was trying to think because
He was
we
so
had just
confused.
worked together,
Yeah.
like maybe she accidentally put it in my, I don't know. He was like, what is her
like,
wallet
how the fuck did
doing
this happen?
here? And apparently, I guess some angel found my wallet, and I had not changed my address yet. And she dropped it off like on his like doorstep. Yeah. So I guess
And it just so happened to be somebody
it
that
just
we
like
know.
That we know.
all I was
So
like
insane.
oh my God, like
all of the porn stars
Right.
aligned.
yeah, and
Seriously.
it's not like my phone number was written
No.
down somewhere. He just happened to be someone I fucked that day. Like so weird.
Such
and
a
I was
weird
like,
occurrence.
sometimes everything happens.
universe, yeah.
For a
reason. Yeah,
sure.
I guess, and I guess, somebody found my wallet and brought it back to a guy that happened to be somebody who got paid to have sex with me. That, it was
That's
so
it's a beautiful
weird.
full circle.
So
It is.
really,
moment, yeah.
I don't really know what lesson is or what like sign there was.
I
should
think-
fuck more people.
You should fuck
Yeah.
more
in case
people
you lose your
case-
wallet. Because they'll remember you.
because they'll know your
And
number.
they'll probably have your number.
Always sublet. If you leave an
Brilliant.
apartment,
Sublet
make
it to
sure
someone you're
moves
fucking.
in. They
Brilliant. Yeah.
fuck
this is-
more people.
fuck
Yes,
more
That's
people.
the moral of the
really-
story.
it's really
Fuck
the
more
message.
people, because then if you lose your wallet,
There's a higher chance.
there's a
you'll get it.
higher. Oh my
It's
God.
just science.
It's
and
really
logic.
just
Yeah.
statistics.
Yeah, it's straight numbers, hard
The
facts.
matter is, porn stars have a higher chance of
Getting their wallets back because they fuck more.
Porn stars have a higher chance of blank. Fill it in with your phone. Just kidding.
Oh
Sorry.
my God. Oh my fucking God.
Anyway.
Good times. Good times. You know, we've like lived a life together.
No, for
you
sure.
know?
I
Like,
It's
always
like we
say-
went to high school together.
That's what
but
I
it was
say is
porn,
the people
yeah.
that were in it before COVID, it's like high school. It's like a family. Like you grow up with these people and like they see you grow up.
Yeah.
Like everybody watched me grow up in the industry.
Yeah.
And so everyone has like a personal story or knows something about somebody. And even me, like I've watched girls grow up in the industry too and go through tough stuff and like come out on top. And it's cool to see that like everybody's still close from before that.
Joanna, are you fucking kidding me?
It's my first day on set.
Wow. We're supposed to be professionals.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Maybe it's a guy from the dating profile.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
Maybe-
it's somebody from a
maybe, yeah,
dating
or-
profile or somebody
yeah,
has my
someone
wallet.
has your
There you
wallet.
go.
It's one of those. It's one or the other.
Well, before we wrap up, Adria, what are you doing like these days?
These days, I'm just shooting for companies when I want. You know, just doing like the picky thing where I'm like,
When you feel like it.
yeah, when I feel like it, and then just shooting with people that I like.
Yeah, and smiling
Yeah,
and
and
getting
smiling.
railed in the butt.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
Lots of solo content, lots of like catering to my fans more.
Solo content is great. I've been shooting
fucking
way
kills
more
it.
solos lately, and it's like I had a few collabs scheduled, and they didn't wind up working out. And you know, now that I don't shoot very often, the testing was expensive, and this and that. I'm like,
It is.
I'm just gonna shoot more solos.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shoot, you know,
It's
and
huge.
and it's fun.
and they love it.
You could get really creative with them too. You know,
can.
I've shot like very detailed solos. You know, you have a lot of fun with it. But that's awesome.
Yeah, so
I bet
just-
you do amazing solos.
I can't. I don't like to brag. I don't like to brag,
But yeah.
I bet you do.
But other than that, just living life. I live on the beach now. I have a really awesome
Oh, hell yeah.
spot. Like I have an amazing landlord, like which is so hard to find. It's like having a good boss. It's like,
Truly,
so I don't want to
truly.
leave my place. Like and
You're
I'm
like
peaceful.
you're settled and you're
yeah, like I
this-
found like my comfy little place where I kind of like fit
Love
in
it.
and can like sustain it. And
love it.
It's really, really
Yeah.
amazing.
It's nice.
Oh, very
and I'm out
happy
of
for
LA
you.
now. I'm like
Oh, you are
out of the city.
Good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
the last.
That's
step.
good.
Yeah.
That's like when you know you've really made it.
Yes.
When you can
You're like, I
leave
can
LA.
leave.
I can leave LA.
I can leave.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
weird.
and it's
so
really
hard to explain to people why it's the worst place on earth. And like, we don't really have bad memories from there.
it's not the worst place on earth, but
yeah.
it's not the best.
It's a tough.
pretty
It's a
bad.
tough place to be. It's just a tough place to live and
Look,
try
it's
to find
it's
Yeah.
a bru-
positivity in.
Yeah.
Yes,
And you know, it's
I think it's the worst place on earth.
She does. She
Yeah, I
does.
do.
Look, it's a brutal like machine, and all of entertainment is not just LA, not just porn. And to sit here and like be able to say like, look, like we made it. We're like alive. We're not like strung out mentally. We're okay. We're okay. And like I'm just so happy that like you're one of those people who's still here, still smiling, still killing it, still looking great. Like
Aw,
like
thank
everything.
you.
Like it's just.
It's nice. It's a happy,
Yeah.
happy story.
Because it's not like that for no. I get a little emotional. It's not like that.
He's
for
like,
everybody.
we lost a lot of soldiers, Joanna. It was a really tough war. Okay.
No, but it's this is a crazy, insane.
It's true though. I've lost a lot of friends too, like girls
Yeah.
that I thought were gonna stick around, and then I never see them or talk to them
and it's
again.
just this is a brutal fucking business, and for those of us who have made it to the other side, like
It's like you made it to the last level of a video game or something.
yeah,
Sure.
we're on our fucking like bonus round at this point, and happy to have you here too.
Thank God. I didn't think I was gonna make it, you guys.
Neither did I.
There was a moment there I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Hey, it's not over yet. It's not over.
Lots
So,
more
you know.
adventures to have. Well, I think the next time we see each other, we should just fuck or something.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah,
That
let's do it
sounds
next
amazing.
time. Yeah.
In the butt, clearly.
In the
Clearly.
butt.
Well,
yeah.
Lots of butt
Don't
stuff.
be a
I don't wanna
pussy.
scare you.
Put it in her butt. Come on.
I'll take my big boy supplements
Yeah.
that day and get crazy.
Wow.
Just do it.
All right, let's. At the end of every show, we write a haiku poem.
Oh, love this.
3 lines, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. 3 of us. We each get a line. Who's gonna start? I'll start.
Okay.
Hold on.
He's doing math.
I thought you. I thought you had an idea.
The buffering
Okay.
scene's gonna come.
Here, line one. Cop, not a golfer.
Oh, okay.
Cop, not
Cop,
a golfer.
Not a golfer. Okay.
Do you want to take line 2?
My wallet is in my ass.
Oh, okay. So cop, not a golfer.
Not a golfer.
My wallet is in my ass.
In my ass.
You know.
Adria, 5 syllables.
I made him come fast.
Boom. Boom. Okay. So to recap, cop, not a golfer.
Who came fast? The cop?
Wait, we're recapping the poem.
I just want to know if he came fast.
Oh, well, can you wait till the poem's finished? No? Okay. Okay. Well, you got the poem. It's cool. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this shit with your friends. Make sure you sign up to all of our OnlyFans and all the things. Adria, where can everybody find you online?
You can find me on Instagram once I get reactivated at Adria Rae or Adria Rae Golf. Again.
What is going on?
Okay.
I'm going to follow your golf account, actually.
It will be back up as well. It also got deleted.
Oh, my God. You've been deleted a lot.
A
I
lot.
feel like there's been several times where it's
Yes.
like she just got her account back, and I always
targeted for
okay,
sure.
well, when you do, let me know. We'll post you.
Adria Rae or Adria Rae Golf. You can find me on OnlyFans at Adria Rae XXX.
Love it. You can find me at onlyfans.com/smallhands.
Onlyfans.com/Joanna.
You know how I know we're old? Because she didn't say .com, and we did say .com.
I know.
I said OnlyFans.
www.htt.
I said at.
Yeah.
Oh,
Adria
and
Rae
you said
XXX.
okay, so see, we're all showing our. All right, we're old but still here.
HTTPS
Love
semicolon
you. See
slash.
you
Okay.
next
Bye.
time. Bye.